Good morning, everyone. My name's Richard McClellan from Advancis software. So today I'm just going to be briefly discussing how physical and cybersecurity are no longer separate domains, and how the convergence is sort of being enabled by the modern day Security Operations Centre. At Advancis we have over 2,700 SoCs using our software, and we're really now seeing how this convergence and dealing with physical and cyber security and threats is really starting to gather pace. So I'm going to start by outlining sort of the evolving threat landscape, where physical breaches often have cyber implications and vice versa. And then I'll actually demonstrate a use case, hopefully this goes well, on how a modern SOC sort of unifies those disparate systems and highlight how that event management, real-time situational awareness and automation empower security teams to make faster informed decisions, particularly with hybrid threats. So key takeaways, hopefully you understand the drivers and implications of physical and cyber security convergence, really gain an insight into modern day security operations centres and how sort of open integration platforms bridge those siloed gaps, and learn how an integrated SOC really enhances that response coordination and time. So traditionally, physical and cyber security teams operated in silos, but today's physical and cyber threats are converging and they don't respect these boundaries. A compromised access control badge can lead to a data center breach, or a phishing attack can disable control. So organizations really need to deal with hybrid threats that require a unified response. Just a couple of examples. So smart buildings now are everywhere and use internet connected systems, whether that's HVAC, lighting, CCTV surveillance. So if an attacker gains access via malware or a vulnerable IoT device, they can really manipulate environmental conditions and systems to cause physical damage. So like overheating in a server room, disabling alarms, creating blind spots in video surveillance to aid physical intrusion. And we're seeing huge increase in insider threat. So a disgruntled employee might use the physical access badge and then plug in like a rogue device into a network port, and this physical act then becomes, a cyber incident for data extraction, ransomware deployment, or even like long-term espionage by creating a backdoor into a network. And then simple things like physical theft of cyber assets, so devices like laptops, external drives, and servers that could be stolen from premises, can expose sensitive data. A physical breach becomes a cyber breach in minutes if that data isn't encrypted or is poorly protected. So, Security Operations Centre. So the modern day SOC, or GSOC as we're now calling it, is like the nerve centre for managing both physical and cyber incidents. However, effective response requires real-time visibility, data correlation, and workflow automation, and this is where the modern day SOC need those tools to aid them in dealing with those types of threats. So how do they do that? Modern day SOCs integrate lots of different systems now. They standardize alerts, workflows, and this allows operators to visualize events, automate procedures, and coordinate across domains, importantly, all from a single interface. So we're really seeing now the traditional SOC that was primarily just viewing video and basic alarms is really now looking more into the BMS world, the IoT world, identity management with PM solutions, and also monitoring cyber tools and IT infrastructure via protocols like SNMP and so on and so forth. So now I'm going to demonstrate, show you a rough demonstration showing an actual graphical user interface that we've screen recorded. I'm going to narrate over it. hopefully this goes well. My children said it was great last night, so that's got an 8-year-old thumbs up. Didn't understand it, but there you go. So just showing how all that information can be really brought to the operators so they can really react a lot quicker and escalate and actually act and disable systems. So let me just make sure this goes. Can we see a cursor? Yes, we can. So here I'm showing you a graphical user interface. So this is an access control breach on a door. And what's happened here automatically is the operator has been brought a lot of information to actually deal and make informed decisions on this event. So they've actually been brought a floor plan or a building plan in the center, and you can see the door in question where the breach or the unauthorized access attempt has happened. And they can actually then click on this door and actually see the location of it. And there you'll see it. There you go. Additionally, they've gone off to the access control platform and actually retrieved the details of the last card or the card presented on that door and presented them with an image for the operator. And then also they've gone off to the surveillance system, and it's actually like bookmarked the footage on the video system. So if you ever come back to this event, they can quickly play that clip of video. And additionally, on the bottom right-hand side, normally you'd be on 2 screens, you can see we've got some pre and post footage, so we can see when the incident took place or the event, and actually the live video to see what's happening. So all that information before it's even been accepted has been brought to the operator's attention. Then we've got the standard operating procedure now. How do you want them to deal with this information? So here we're saying, does it look like the card holder? In this instance, we're going to say no. A next set of instructions with actual automation behind it is we might now want to disable that access badge. So again, click of a button, a card can be disabled off into the access system, and we'll see that as an acknowledgement in the event log. So here, additionally then, this is where we're coming into cross-domain, is we might want to check if this individual now is actually logged on to the domain anywhere in the building or in the facility. So we can do that with a click of a button and the right interface, and we can see that Peter's login credentials are actually logged in the conference room. And then we might want to try and verify that, or the operator might want to verify that with video surveillance. So again, click of a button, automation, pops up some surveillance so you can see someone is logged on that PC in that conference room. So immediately we think there's maybe a serious incident here. So then we'll probably try and track this individual around the facility. So again, automation, maybe on a video wall or whatever, a click of a button gives us all those cameras in that surrounding area so we can track this suspect. Probably then dispatch security to actually go and intervene and detain this person. And then we want to try and build up the case file so we can send a report off to the security management, the leadership team or the cyber team. So we'll start to attach images and information all in one platform, all in the same. So we can see we've attached a screenshot and we've also attached the card details of the individual. So we're starting to build up that case report. We may want to send a message off to the badge owner to say they've been, the badge has been compromised, and then we'll send automatically the report off to the cyber team. And if I show you what that report may look like, you can see all the information there, every action the operator took, where they disabled the card, where they checked the login status, all the cameras they viewed, and all the information is all contained in one report. So you can see I've just narrated through that, they complete the event in a matter of 2 minutes, but all that information has been brought and been able to be centralized and acted on really quickly. So I just wanted to show you that, to show you sort of some of the automation and so on that is happening now and we're seeing within. So what does that give us? It gives us reduced incident response times, so they can act a lot quicker with informed information, centralized visibility for physical and cyber, and massively improved audit trails and compliance. But the big one is, the conclusion is by reducing that mean time to resolve, improving the audit trails, delivers faster, more transparent and unified response to incidents. So from an organisational point of view, adherence to GDPR and NIS2, other regulatory frameworks, it helps. Protecting revenue streams and brand reputation. We've seen there's been a number of high-profile cyber incidents in the last few months in the retail industry that's massively affected revenues and also brand reputation. And an effective SOC, continuously monitors threats and vulnerability. But a big one is it also streamlines process and really cuts costs. So reduction in training time and reduction in staff. Normally those staff in a traditional old SOC would have to go to multiple systems and engage multiple stakeholders to get all that information. So final thought. Would you love to know? So final thought is, security is no more is it just physical or cyber, it's just security. For leaders, it's all about resilience and regulatory readiness, and the future really is integrated. But security convergence isn't optional, it's essential. Thank you.